I guarantee you this, whoever Trump picks to replace Powell will be way worse. I expected gold to hit 5,000 over 10 years ago. Now, it's probably going to hit 5,000 this month, but of course, I've adjusted my target now because this problem has gone on for as long as it has, because we've kicked the can down the road for that decade. 5,000 is not my target. We're going to 10,000, we're 20,000. We're going much higher.
I think we're looking at 16 and a half times. Overperformance to gold, something we anticipate that it will go into 5 digits in the not too distant future.
Renowned economist Peter Schiff and technical analyst Francishunt, known as the market sniper, discuss an impending financial reckoning driven by decades of delayed economic consequences. They warn that any replacement for Federal Reserve Chair Powell appointed by Donald Trump will likely exacerbate monetary instability. Schiff argues that while gold should have reached $5,000 a decade ago, the ongoing kicking the can down the road has only further pressured the market. Consequently, targets have shifted drastically upward. $5,000 is now viewed not as a ceiling, but a milestone on the path to $10,000, $20,000, or even higher. The discussion highlights a potential 16.5 times overperformance for gold, forecasting a surge into 5 digits in the not-too-distant future as the currency crisis unfolds. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to hit that like button, share it with fellow investors who follow gold and silver, and subscribe so you don't miss the next big update.
I guarantee you this, whoever Trump picks to replace Powell will be way worse. Gold, this is the first time she mentioned it, and she said, oh, gold is up a bit today, nothing significant, right? Up a bit. It was up $115 when she said that. That's not a bit. That's a big move. And given that it was the largest dollar move in the history of gold trading, to just dismiss it as saying, well, nothing significant. It is significant. This entire gold rally is significant. The problem is the mainstream financial media and the mainstream financial industry has no clue what it means. Again, to me, it's just like when the subprime market blew up. And I knew the significance of that because I had been anticipating it. I was short. I was telling people to get short. I knew that we had a housing bubble, and I knew the fuel for the bubble was coming from mortgage finance. And I knew that, the weakest link in a very weak chain was subprime, and that once subprime cracked, the rest were going to go. But mainstream Wall Street, the Federal Reserve, as clueless as they were to the true state of the U.S. economy, and they didn't appreciate the literal house of cards that had been erected, when subprime cracked, they were like, nothing to worry about. Everything is contained, right? Because they didn't appreciate it. They didn't know what to look for. So they didn't know what just happened. But what's happening now in gold and silver is what I've been predicting would happen for a long, long time. It's finally happening. But it's happening for precisely the reasons that I said it would happen. Just like what happened with the mortgage market and the financial crisis. I didn't just get lucky. Everything happened the way I said it would happen for the precise reasons that I said it would happen. Now, the only thing I didn't get right to an extent is how long it would take. And obviously, it's taken a lot longer than I would have thought, or I did think more than a decade ago. I expected gold to hit 5,000 over 10 years ago. Now, it's probably going to hit 5,000 this month. But of course, I've adjusted my target now because this problem has gone on for as long as it has, because we've kicked the can down the road for that decade. 5,000 is not my target. We're going to 10,000, we're 20,000. We're going much higher. Had gold gone to 5,000 in 2012, 2013, had we had a dollar crisis and a sovereign debt crisis back then, maybe we could have diffused the situation, and we would have already been on the upswing a long time ago. But no, the problem got much, much worse than it was back then. And it just means gold is going to be a lot higher before this gets resolved. But what was the catalyst for this big move? Now, of course, I don't even think we needed a catalyst. Pretty much every Sunday night, like clockwork, you get a big move up in gold and silver. Now, this is one of the biggest, maybe the biggest. But that's why I'm always telling people, get your orders in. I do these, Schiff Gold Friday market wraps, and I say, buy Friday, Buy Friday night, buy Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. We're 24/7 at Schiff Gold. Don't wait till Sunday night, because that's when the Chinese wake up and they start buying gold and the price goes up. So we don't even need a catalyst. I mean, the catalysts are already, entrenched in place. So gold and silver are going to go up. But there was some things that happened over the weekend that were particularly bullish for gold. And in fact, they're probably more bullish than was reflected in the market. Certainly in the bond market, in the foreign exchange market, the dollar was down, bonds were down, and stocks were down, but they finished positive. So they shrugged it off. But gold and silver were the primary markets that reacted to the news. Silver today was the superstar. It closed up $5.30 above $85. 85.14, I think, is about where it settled. And intraday, we almost got to 86. We were above 85.90, which means that silver was up more than $6 on the day. That is a huge move. Again, when I first started buying silver for myself and for clients, silver was under $5 an ounce. Today's move was greater than the entire value of the commodity when I first started to buy it. In fact, I remember when silver got above $5. I remember thinking, oh, this is big. We've broken above $5, right? Now we have, it's going to go higher, and yes, it's now a lot higher, above $85. The prior record before this day, the record that silver set a few weeks ago, I think it was maybe the day after Christmas, right? Boxing Day Eve, whenever. I think that's when it happened. Silver got above 83. Didn't quite make it to 84, but it got to 83 and change. That was the record until last night when it broke it, and then it broke it again during our time zone. Same thing with gold. Gold also hit a new record high today. At one point, it was up about $120 an ounce, which dollar-wise, I believe, is the biggest gain ever for gold. Now, it's not the biggest percentage gain, but dollar-wise, it is. I've never seen gold up $120. I've seen it up $100, and that was recently. Prior to this last couple of months, I had never seen that. But now I've seen $120. It didn't close up $120. It closed up about $90, just below $4,600. The high, gold almost got to $4,630, but it closed around $45.98. But the prior high before this was $44.40, right? It was somewhere below $44.50. So we blew through that and set new records. So we closed today not only at record highs in both gold and silver, but we closed above the prior all-time record high. So the charts look phenomenal. And of course, the fundamentals look even better than the charts, assuming that you understand the fundamentals.
Peter Schiff warns that whoever Trump picks to replace Powell will only worsen the crisis, but his primary focus is the mainstream media's failure to grasp the significance of gold's record $115 daily surge. Comparing their denial to that of the pre-subprime era, he argues that the establishment is blind to the economy's fragility. While Schiff expected $5,000 gold a decade ago, years of kicking the can have pushed his targets to $10,000 or even $20,000. The rally is accelerating, with silver jumping over $5 to close above $85 and gold nearing $4,600. Moves he claims confirm the dollar's entrenched devaluation. Schiff asserts the fundamentals are even stronger than the charts, signaling a financial reality unfolding exactly as predicted. Let's get into the interview.
This is a major move, and I want to show you that you're getting a slight pullback now against gold. This is against the gold that has been strong. Very few things are going to outperform the gold market. Very few things are going to outperform the gold markets in gold ounces, my friends. Very, very few things. Did you see the horses in the back, apart from the furniture delivery guys? I'm hoping you did. So you really need to take these big wins. They can't deliver the reset they want without certain things getting pumped. But their goal is to keep retail out. They don't want you rich, independent, and free. They want you right where they want you. This is going to deliver in outperformance to gold at minimum. To me, let's try get that top. I'll put the lock on here and give you a form of percent number. And I would expect some overperformance blow off in there. When you have a look at that, many people will say and realize that a Monero was the original. 1,555%. 1,555%. So let me explain what that means. You literally take 100 out of that. So 100% is double. You add 100 in. It's 16. I think we're looking at 16 and a half times. 16 and a half times. Overperformance to gold. Something we anticipate that will take you, it will go into 5 digits in the not too distant future. So you will outperform one of the best units of account that I would say, in the absence of you having any ideas of real alpha, you should be in. Yes, so thank you for the super chats, Big Pappy Joe. So shed BTC and F bags for silver and XMR. That's not a bad suggestion, and that I would agree that you will outperform. And if that's your crypto pot and it's all about crypto, you can go with XMR 100% in that. I'm not excited by how Bitcoin and Ethereum are. At some point, they may well go up. I'm not a perma bear, anything. But it's in a bear flag, Bitcoin, and ETH could be in some form of continuation to the downside. And this is about to start a process that sees it go up 16 and a half times, hear me, friends, to gold ounce. Now, again, it's not going to be tomorrow. There are interims. There's the first interim. You'll pause and you'll pull back, and everybody will go, oh, you're wrong. It's not going to happen. And then it'll pause again and it'll pull back. It's all not going to go up in straight lines, but come back in 3 years' time and see how we've done in terms of delivering all of these stuff. Speaking of delivering, I'm hoping my furniture is going to look nice outside there. I plan to sit and watch the horses and go for my cold swim and live the life of Riley. Thanks to HVF method, not me executing and having belief in a real process that is logical, sensible, asymmetric rewards to tight risk. Totally transferable skill. You can learn and do it too. Not overly complicated. Doesn't require IQ of 160. Okay, you can do it too, providing you develop discipline and you manage losses and you adhere to the processes that are entailed in that. That is where you're at. This is triggered. Silver was here not that long ago at 25. It is a dollar debasement world. Some of these crazy moves are going to be on the back of the fact that that dollar just doesn't buy you anything near as much as it is. So we say thank you to Big Pappy Joe. And we say, yep, BTC and ETH, not looking good. You've already looked at the charts. This will outperform.
While Peter Schiff outlines the inevitable surge of gold amidst a crumbling dollar, Francis Hunt, the market sniper, argues that true wealth generation requires outperforming the metal itself. Hunt identifies a massive asymmetry in privacy crypto, specifically Monero, XMR, and forecasts it will deliver a staggering 16.5 times return relative to gold ounces. He warns that while the establishment tries to keep retail investors dependent, mainstream assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum are flashing bearish signals compared to this setup. The goal isn't just survival. It's using the HVF method to become rich, independent, and free before the reset concludes. This is a rare window to capitalize on a generational wealth transfer by trading the correct ratio. If this gave you value, smash that like button, share it with those paying attention, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Stay alert, stay prepared, and keep stacking tangible assets.